Hello, hello, hello. God, it feels like it's been a long time, but it hasn't. Had a week off, where we all convened at the London Book Fair. Oh, what a great time. It was so nice. I think when you are a hermit by trade, having a week in London to see all your old pals and meet new pals and talk about the things you love is a bit of a lovely thing for the soul. So I had a lovely time and it was so nice to see everyone. And hope you had a good time as well and haven't succumbed to any plague or other. We're looking forward to it already for next year. Might go to Frankfurt as well, but there's an important birthday in the family on Frankfurt, so I'm not sure whether we'll be able to make the right decision there, but we'll see, won't we? Anyway, it was really, really nice to see you, and I'm sad that I didn't get to see everybody. So never be a stranger, always be in touch, and we can always do our own, Zoom-based exciting get-together from time to time, can't we? Right, what's on the cards today? Because we've got a couple of weeks to catch up on, I guess, haven't we? Usual sort of agenda. We're going to be looking at things that have changed, ways to reach ever further into your customer base so that we can get more books out there, ways to become ever more expert. We'll be looking at data and process and doing it all at speed. So what does that mean in terms of change? Well, last couple of weeks I've been or however long, I've been teasing, haven't I, this thing that we've been doing. And now we have communicated this thing through our notifications to all clients and also to quite a few treasured clients at the book fair. And yeah, I think hopefully everybody, all of our current clients will have heard of it by now. And if they haven't, then catch up with your emails and so forth. But it's the thing that we've been teasing for a while. And the thing is called Consonance Data Studio. It's kind of new and old in a way. It's a name given to a feature that's existed in the system for a while. And it's the search functionality. We have been driven to give it a name because search doesn't really do justice to the lengths that it can go to help you get in control of your data and make good use of it. And it's one of those tricky things, actually. You design a really interesting, novel feature, and because nobody else has designed it, you've then got the burden of explaining what it is and communicating the riches in that feature. So whereas you might normally on a website go to advanced search, let's say, and you might do a search and you'll get the results back, but the results will be absolutely fixed. It will be a list of whatever you've searched for. If you search for products, it'll be a list of products. The big difference here is that, as you know, when you've been listening to me every week for a year, when you do a search in Consonance, you can get the results in myriad different ways. You can get a products list, but you can also get the prices list that go with those products, or the works list, or the to-dos on the products that match the results of the search, and so on and so forth. You can generate your marketing materials. You can generate your own custom spreadsheets. You can bulk edit data. And you're sort of going into the future, you're going to be able to do a lot more stuff, because as we were talking about at the book fair, there are a lot of enhancements to this capability coming down the line as we go into the rest of this year. So because it is kind of novel, we've given it a name, so that instead of every week me trying to find the words to say, go to reporting and do a search and then do something to do with it. We need words. So the words are, it's Data Studio. Data Studio has a dashboard. You do searches in Data Studio and then you select your desired outcome, whatever that may be. The new feature doesn't take away any functionality, doesn't take away any data, heavens forfend. Everything that you have enjoyed building up and using remains there. We've got a dashboard layering on top of things though, and we've got a new option on the top of the page here. Oh, I can't hold a coffee and also make the screen bigger at the same time. There we go. We've got this new icon, so this is on every single page, so you don't have to go to a menu and then navigate to it. It should be a ubiquitously used page. It's not a word. So you can get to it easily. You can click on that what they call it, breadcrumb at the top as well to get back there. You can create a new search by clicking new search, and that will take you to a slightly re-engineered, slightly improved new search page. Improved because now you can select your desired outcome. So up until this point on this page, you would be presented with these 3 empty fields, and you can start to build up the filters part of your search. You can start to say, okay, products contains heist, and at that point you would hit search, you would get the overview, and then you would decide what you were going to do as an outcome. But now we've put the outcome on this page here, so if you know exactly where you're going, it's one less thing to sort of have to do on the fly. So that's kind of new. So here I am on the outcome for that search that I've just done there. You can see that we're going to have this branding on the nav bar at the top, just really so that when you see this, exciting shape, you know where you are in the system. You're not, you should subconsciously feel anchored to the general part of the system that you're working in. What else? So back to the dashboard, so I can show you some other things. So we hit the new search button there to get to that sort of standalone new page. There's an option here as well though. If you want to come to this page and quickly select from this drop down here, if you want to get a list of all of your products, then you can do that, and that will take you to the same kind of place. But look, there's no filters, so that's returned all of the products. So that's an option for when you might have gone to Data Studio thinking, I want to do something with data, what might it be? And then you've got that drop down there to have a click around and to have a look, see the sorts of things that you might be interested in doing. So quite nice to scamper through. And this is the sort of thing, you can filter. We've made the descriptions a little bit more fulsome as well. So if you happen to use the word tip sheet, that's going to come up rather than having to spell out advanced information or AI, get confused about that. There are some other links on this page which may come in useful. Until now, when you created a search, you had to save it if you wanted to come back to it the next day. And that's what these are. These are saved searches, and you've given them a name. This is a duplicate icon, so you can duplicate it if you want. But now here, in the unsaved searches card, there are the searches that are unsaved, and you can have a look to see what the filter might be, or there might be no filters. But you can click on this anyway, and you can go back to that search, have a kind of a do-over. So that's a little secret, exciting option there. Then we've surfaced on this dashboard as well some of the kind of powerful features that you might use this capability for. That is generating your marketing materials and generating your spreadsheets. So these are kind of quick links to get you to those outcomes as soon as possible. So if I were to click on Catalogue LBF 2026, then that's going to take me, I'll just click on it. That's going to take me to a new search that has got the next month information there. Nothing's come back, but this would say, okay, and now click to choose to select your marketing material. So that's lovely. And the same sort of thing for custom reports as well. If you want to go and edit the templates as well, there's a view all button there, and that'll take you to the usual index pages. And look, here's a library of examples as well. So I've been saying this over a few weeks. These are ready to use searches written by the Consonance team, that's a bit disingenuous, I have to say. They're written by the Consonance development team, usually because one of our treasured clever clients has written in saying, I have an inkling that we could be able to get this nuanced search into our data if we used Data Studio or reporting as it was. And then when we've replied to the support tickets there, what we've tended to do is to write the results of that into one of these libraries. So these are, you can kind of think of these as the ghosts of support tickets gone. And we're going to be adding to them, obviously anonymously. These are not client specific, but they are, real world inquiries that we've had, quite a lot of them, that hopefully will be useful to everyone. And we're going to be looking at a couple of those later on today. So that's the new dashboard that you've got. You can type to filter the page as well. So if we wanted to look at everything to do with marketing, then typing in marketing there is going to whittle down all of these options to only the ones that are to do with marketing. So if you know what you're looking for, then that can be quite helpful just to kind of filter that page. I want to show you a few changes that have gone along with this Data Studio dashboard. It's kind of weird talking about this because this has been how I have seen the system since before Christmas. It's taken us that long to make absolutely sure and to test and to think and to prototype and come back again and prototype in a different direction. It's taken us all that time to hopefully get this right. Because, Rule 1, Rule 7, some rule of web development is don't go moving people's cheese all the time. So we wanted to make a positive change in this direction so that you can get at your stuff more easily. But, we're very aware that any change, even if it's positive, has the potential to be irritating. It's funny that, this is kind of almost old for me, but it's going to be new for you. I should just say actually, so it's behind what we call a feature flag. So you might be thinking, what, this is new? I don't see this triangle icon at the top. There's a thing you can do in programming to kind of put features behind a wall, and so we can optionally turn on this feature at the user level or at the client level. So we have turned it on for certain clients who, sort of been able to talk to directly, often at the book fair, and then make sure that, they know it's coming. Once I've done this live stream and once we've sent out another notification or two, we will probably turn it on for most, if not all, clients. Because there's a change to the navigation, I do want to make sure that everyone knows it's coming. And to give everyone a chance to feedback, because as I say, we have this capability to let individuals see or not see new features like this. So that can be quite nice for, if you've got internal documentation that you would like to have the chance to revise and update, use the word Data Studio instead of reporting, then there's no hurry from our side. If you factor that in for the next time you edit those documents, we can turn this new stuff on when you're good and ready. So just let us know. If you're watching this, I think probably it's already turned on for you, kind of the early adopter section of the client base. But if you're looking at this and thinking, looks great, need to have a bit of time, then that's absolutely no problem whatsoever. Let's have a look at the main menu, because there have been some very minor shifts, again, in the interests of not moving the interface around too much. The place where you get to Data Studio remains kind of the same for your muscle memory. This word here, Data Studio, says Data Studio, but until this was turned on, it said reporting. And by the way, the reason why the word reporting was not working out for us was again based on clients writing in saying, why are there custom reports and also reporting? Which one do I click on in which circumstances? What's going on? So the double use of the word report was starting to become a bit of a burden. But also, Data Studio, I like the thought of an airy studio, like a ballet studio or an art studio, where thoughts and creativity can occur and coalesce and turn into something greater than the sum of the parts. So, I feel like it's all right to be a bit aspirational and to paint a bit of a picture sometimes. Welcome to our Data Studio. See what magic we can create for you. So back to the terse reality of menus. Data Studio, the word is where reporting was. Great. Custom reports remains exactly where it was. All of these other options remain exactly where they were. There is a new entry. It's been promoted onto the metadata area. It says marketing materials here. I mean, God, I've gone back and forth on what this should say and where it should be, and we've done various lengthy spikes in our code to see what we should call things. But anyway, you don't need to know that. Marketing materials is the way to get to the template so that you can start designing your advanced information sheets, your flyers, catalogues, and that sort of thing. It used to be in settings. If I move my face out of the way, you'll see that settings used to be in data exchange, and that's a bit odd because data exchange is to do with exchanging data between systems, and settings are not really that sort of thing. So as part of this Data Studio launch, settings are under account. Settings are under account, and account is up here. And if we go to settings, I'll show you what I mean. Now again, until recently, this page, there's really not much that's changed. It's just marketing materials have now been promoted up to the main menu there. But we have put all of the links on this kind of weird empty blank page that you always landed on when you went to settings. So we haven't moved them from here. These are the same, these are the same, these are the same, but we've put the links here as well in case your fingers and mouse movements find that more pleasing. In template settings, marketing materials were there. They're now on the main menu, but text styles and briefing templates are there. And by the way, if you're watching this thinking, oh, she's going so fast, what are briefing templates? That looks compelling. Yes, you're right. They are cool. We've covered them previously on the live stream. We might do that again next week because they're just really malleable. They're a really great way to sort of join up the idea of Consonance being your very kind of structured industry standard place to put data. But also sometimes you just want to use your own words and you just want to have a bit of control over the taxonomies and the type of code lists and things that you have. So briefing templates are very useful for that. Anyway, back on the horse, what were we talking about? We were talking about changes from Data Studio. The only other changes really are little things that all add up to attention to detail. So when we go to Data Studio, you'll see that the breadcrumb down at the bottom here now says Data Studio, not whatever it did previously. There should be consistency throughout the app on the sorts of words that you see. So that's it. That's our exciting plan. There isn't actually that much change on the interface, but what that allows us to do now is sort of go a bit faster on some of the developments that we've been wanting to do, but you can't just release these things scattergun. There needs to be a sort of consistency around them. So with this new consistent idea of Data Studio, we've got new outcomes, new displays. We've got new types of data that you can search and filter by. We've got ideas for setting up alerts so that when you can create a search, it can run regularly, and then if it runs and returns some results or doesn't return some results or does the thing that you've set it up to do, then an alert can be generated. So rather than you having to kind of proactively come to Data Studio, you'll be alerted of any problems that you've set up to be alerted on. So this will be the home for that sort of thing. There's a bunch of other things like visibility as well, sharing, and then some advanced search, complications, particularly to do with searches within searches or searches on the back of other searches. So no, we've got the landscape ready for all of our future developments there. No changes to the interface planned, just sort of enhancements, if you know what I mean. It's not like it's less that we have plans to chop and change, more that we have plans to keep delivering the features that you're asking for. So ask away, because we're all, got this naming branding thing done. Very exciting. Later on, as we go through our PowerPoint today, I'll show you the documentation as well, because that's all been switched up, and a couple of other things. But that's it. That's great. That's the big change for this live stream and hopefully this business period. Data Studio is here. If you are thinking, okay, stop talking, just give it to me, please may you drop us a support ticket and we will flip you on the feature flag. If you're thinking, yes, all sounds great, I need another 3 months, thanks, also completely fine, just let us know what you need and we shall follow. Being able to do those feature flags, by the way, so helpful. It's really nice to have very flexible, malleable development practices. It keeps us out of trouble. Also on this page, I've put in, I didn't have anywhere else to put some of the little changes that I wanted to just mention. So I'll just rattle through them. There's a new data element. Time is marching on, so I won't actually go there, but there's a new data element. Do you know what I mean by data element? It's the thing that you select to be on an advanced information sheet, marketing material kind of template, or on a custom report spreadsheet export. We've looked at them previously. There's one called product summary condensed or something, product summary verbose, something like that. There's another one now called tight summary, and that's even more condensed. So instead of saying something like 256 space pages, it says 256 no space pp. So if you're looking for something that's really, as pithy as possible, search up tight summary on your data elements and you may be delighted. I can't spoiler it yet because it's just too big and exciting, but there's another way of making the way that you get your data out of the system even more malleable coming down the line. It's too early to talk about it too much at the moment, but if you're thinking, wouldn't it be great if I could just kind of make my own templates in any format I want, hold that thought. Very good. It's on the list. It's under active development. Next thing I wanted to talk about was only showing on PDF if present. So when we did our training course for marketing materials, which must have been well before Christmas, maybe October time, one of the comments that came back then was, can it be made so that if I've put a data element onto my advanced information sheet, if there's no actual data for that, but there is some sort of suffix or not, then please don't show the label. So I've done that work. So now if you put, say, illustrations note onto your template, but there is no illustration note, the label won't appear. It will just be a delightful sense of emptiness. Whereas if there is an illustration note on that particular work and product, then it will appear with its label. So I just wanted to make mention of that. And then also another fantastic idea, can't believe we didn't have it already, from a treasured client, which is that can we have the author bio as available to add onto the advanced information sheet with the author's photo. And if you're a client listening to this thinking, yes, but as you know, Emma, I have 164 contributors on my works. Well, it's the first one. There's only so much that you can get on a PDF, isn't there? So an executive decision has been made the first contributor with their bio, and that's either from the biographical note on the work on the metadata page, and if that's missing, the biographical note on the contact profile. That will appear side by side next to each other. Only available on the single work PDF, because it's one of those content tiles. Do you remember we have related products? We also have grouping options and that sort of thing. So have a look at that if that's pleasing. It's not actually shipped yet, but very, very soon, probably by the time you get to watching this. So those are a few of the other things. See what I mean? Now we've shipped the big project, it's like go, all the other things. Yes, great. So that's change. Expertise. In reverse order. One of the things that came up at the London Book Fair, someone said, this thing has started to appear on all of our product pages on bookshop.org, and it says DRM free. Can you make it go away? And it's not that the books aren't DRM free, but it's just it's a big thing that appears on the page, and it may not be true, so let's not say it, thanks. So there's a way to get rid of it, and I wanted to just mention that to say, if this is afflicting you, please raise a ticket and we will apply the fix all in one go, and then let you know how to manage it going forwards as well. It's an option on the metadata page, but we can do it in bulk for you if I don't want you to have to open up 800 pages and click a button. So that was one thing. And then the other thing about expertise was title prefixes. So this might become a pattern depending on how it goes. It's one of the library of examples that's appeared fairly recently. Now, all of these are new to you at the moment, but this one at the bottom is kind of new. And this is a named search, as you can see. It says products with a title beginning with a or an or the, but with no title prefix. So this is a really lovely search, a way to winkle out records that have been set up a little bit wrong. Because if you've got a work and its title includes one of these prefixes or something similar, then you should put the prefix in the title prefix field, and you should put the rest of the title in the title field, or title without prefix. And you do that so that you can alphabetize your list much better, or you can send it out in the expected format. And also your distributors may want you to be a bit consistent on this sort of thing as well, because a lot of distributor systems for some reason have a really small number of character counts that are permitted. I don't know what systems they're using. I thought we were beyond the days of 22 character fields, but never mind. So I've clicked on that link and it's taken me to a new a new search. So this is a brand new search. So when you click on these links, it's a brand new search that's being created. It's got no name yet, so you can absolutely throw this away. Or you could think, oh, that's a keeper, I'm going to save this. Or you might think, oh, that's a keeper, if only it also had the French prefixes, le and la and lay, and other ones that I can't think of the top of my head. So, the idea of these is you use these as inspiration or a starting point. Do with them as you will. So this has generated a new search. It's got two filters. The first filter is that the title prefix is not present. I mean, I love these kind of negative options. It's sometimes so much easier and quicker and easier to reason with, actually, to go from the negative side of things. Rather than saying title prefix, I can't even think how you'd say something in the positive to assert that the title prefix isn't there. Like the number of characters is 0. It's just easier to think, start from nothing and go that way. So the title prefix is not present, and the title itself matches a case and sensitive pattern. And this is one of the reasons why we've created the library of examples, because some of these can be fiendish. So I think it's really nice to give you a throw you a bone, give you a starting point. This is regex, regular expressions. And if you click on the help, you'll be able to see all of the ways to learn how you use the regex language. But what this is saying is find me all of the titles that contain a, the, or an, and then with some other bits of language around them. We won't learn regex together on the phone, on the YouTube. But if you are interested in that, my word, we could dedicate a very happy afternoon to it, couldn't we? But this gets you started. You know, you can, if you wanted to convert this into something else, simple matter of, you know, typing the words and seeing if it works. But sometimes just better than a blank sheet, isn't it? Blank page. And this has matched a couple of baddies here. This product title is The Lost Cats. And because this search tells us that the is not in the title prefix field, it's jammed in the title field. So that's a nice little way to show you the sorts of things we're going to be doing with the library of examples. It's also a nice way to, if somebody does actually come to you and say, you need to tell me how many records match this problem that we've discovered. Well, I suspect there's always a way in Data Studio. Let us know on support as a support ticket if you don't see the helpful thing that you're hoping to see on the Data Studio dashboard, and then we'll add it, and then everyone benefits. Happy days. Great, so searching as data quality, pretty cool. What is next on our list? Oh, nothing, because I'm on the wrong page. What is next on our list? A quick look to see that there's a new couple of displays appeared on Data Studio. Funny, isn't it, how many of the topics that we're going to be covering are from this exciting new feature that I've now got a word to use to describe. So I will show you the ones that I'm thinking of. I'm going to use my switch to option there, and I'm going to see that on the list we've got an orders list and an order line items list. So this has been developed because a particular client asked us to develop it. So they will be interested, I'm sure, in looking at the results of this. As ever with any of the features that we're launching, we are constantly evolving, constantly iterating. So if this looks compelling, and these are the order line items, so an order has come in and then these are the individual line items on them and they've been uploaded. If this looks compelling, but it's like missing one column and you'd really love to see it, or you'd like something to be a link or something to be sortable like all of these columns, then just let us know. But yeah, this is your your weekly exciting new development to this very now extensible system. You can always see all of the new things that are appearing here. Look, we've been hard at work adding in alternatives to the Lightning, very popular, by the way, the very popular Lightning Source sidecar list, saving quite a few people. At the book fair, it was suggested by more than one client that we might want to do the same for some other key spreadsheets that persist in the trade, that don't show any signs of moving towards Onyx anytime soon, such as the KDP spreadsheet. So that might be on the cards. So definitely just keep letting us know. Use what you see as a kind of a sense that if we can do this, then we can probably do the other thing. I don't know if you remember Douglas Adams and his wonderful writing, but he used to talk about the signal that a towel sent. If a hitchhiker had a towel, then the Strag could assume that they had all of the other necessary things for space travel. So if you see something here and you would be right to assume that if we can do this, we can do everything, similar things. So just keep asking the questions. What's next? Another identical thing to show you on the list. Switch straight back to that page. Go to switch to. there's something coming up. It's not actually shipped yet, but I'm on the code branch that it's relevant to, so I may as well just click on it. This is a discussions list. And I wanted to hide that one actually because it's got test data on it. So this is a discussions list. When you're on a work, you can and you should and you do create discussions. It keeps your discursive information close to your metadata. And it's really useful to have these sort of project discussions sort of saved, not in enormous long email threads, but somewhere where you can search it up and notice it later. So yeah, new addition to the list coming soon will be all of the discussions. So this is the title, this is the headline of the discussion, how many comments it's got, and you can click to go back to the discussion on the work, and then the comments in date order. So you get to see at a glance what the discussions were. So, and again, subject to all of the filters that you know and love. So isn't that lovely to be able to maybe search up all of the works in a particular publication date range, in a particular subject category range, excluding certain products that you're not interested in, and then see all of the comments in one place. Very nice indeed, for our growing project management capabilities. Right, so that was that. What else I have to show you? Speed. This doesn't really fit under speed, but I did it fast, so that's the speed we'll go for. So I wanted to show you the documentation website. So if I go to www.consonance.app, that's our documentation website. Today we're in dark mode. It's exciting. Oh, lovely purples. Isn't that super? On our marketing website, we also have all of our documentation. So we have pages like this, which are unashamedly selly pages, because you've got to, put the selly words somewhere, haven't you? So all of these images and top level descriptions of the feature have been updated on the website, but also so has the user documentation. So if we go to support and user docs, we'll be able to see that sort of thing. And remember, this is all available from within Consonance, from within the system. If we flip back there for one moment, you can go to account, search documentation, and that's the same website. It sends a message and retrieves the content. So, from our point of view, it's really nice. When we've updated one version of the truth, there is only one. We're living the dream. That will be the same information. So you don't need to come to this website. But here, you can see that we've got the section now called Data Studio rather than whatever it was called before. I've published a bit of a summary thing about how the searches work, some other things there. So that's all been updated as well. Let us know, always let us know, as you do, if there's anything wanting within our documentation. We try to walk that balance, of it would be no success if we said, hooray, we've published another 1,000 pages of documentation, because who's going to read 1,000 pages? We try to keep it really tight and relevant and well maintained, but it does mean sometimes it's a little on the terse side. So always let us know if you need more or less, or neither of those two things. I'm sure that will all be fine. Was that last thing? Oh yeah, and a prototype. And I'm driven to say this as well because this is in the speed section. I've sent this out to a few clients, and it's been met with some happy noises. So I think we'll proceed and we'll work this idea up. But it just really struck me that nowadays a lot of people say that AI, as in artificial intelligence, not advanced information sheets, is really great for rapidly prototyping ideas. And it's like, goodness me, to me, having just done a prototype exercise in a day misses the point, because the fascination is in the journey and in feeling out the edge cases and in feeling out where any hurdles might be, or any areas that will need some pre-work. So this is the sort of thing that you can do in an afternoon with no AI involved, just human fingers. And actually, I've gone to a screen where I've got the test fixtures for the contributor block on the advanced information sheets. You have to imagine that the rest of an advanced information sheet was there. Obviously, for the tests, we're not going to create everything for all of them, but that's the sort of thing we're talking about. A little, can my fingers work? Can my fingers work? Barely. A little thumbnail of the author's image, the name of the author, and then the bio underneath. And if there's no image there, then oh no, I have to edit that out later. And if there's no image there, then the bio there without any image at all. That's all lovely. Hospital appointment letters, that's the trouble there. So what was I going to show you? I was going to show you a video. So this is a video because I've sort of parked this branch now, and I'm going to make sure that I harvest any useful learnings that I need to from this. But this is a prototype that we're going to be working up. So any feedback on this, very gratefully received. I'll just press play and you can see the sorts of things. It wasn't too difficult to do it quickly because it's based on all of the underpinning work that my incredible colleagues have done. But you can see the sorts of things that's going on here. Like a Kanban board. And then you open up one of these things and it acts as a sort of a mini hub, a mini dashboard. Those are the discussions we were looking at. There's some roles and other links. And then you can access your to-dos and then edit them within place. Cancel that, and I think you can tick them off as well. So really nice to be able to bring all of these different features together, all into one place, and then manage your workflow in this sort of pattern. So that's the sort of thing that's coming down the line. If that enthuses you, then don't hesitate to say, oh, that sounds great. I would really, really like such and such a thing to appear on that page there. And ask and you shall receive. Awesome. Right. Oh, I've not done too badly for timing actually. I thought I was rabbiting away, running out of time, but that's not too bad. I shall let you go, as they say, because it's absolutely glorious weather here and I quite fancy being in it. So from a very beautiful and sunny northern Scotland, keep the tickets coming in. So nice to see you last week if I did get to see you. Can't wait for the next time. And if I didn't get to see you, then don't hesitate to reach out and we can do a Zoom catch up every now and again. Would be really nice, wouldn't it? Great. Have a good one then. See you next week.